It was a friendship that nobody could have seen coming to an end so abruptly, but Phillip Schofield and Holly Willoughby's heyday is officially over. Phillip, 61, posted a brief statement on Instagram at the weekend announcing he was leaving This Morning after months of speculation about a feud between him and Holly, 42, who he has co-hosted the ITV show alongside for 13 years. For months on end, rumors had been rife about brewing tensions between the seemingly perfect presenting duo, but it all came crumbling down onto a head in recent days after Phillip released a statement to the press saying that his friendship with Holly was still strong, if not a little strained. However, Holly has continued to remain silent on the matter, and was reportedly left blindsided and deeply upset after Phillip spoke to journalists about their complicated friendship without consulting her first. Fast forward to this week and both Holly and Phil are nowhere to be seen on This Morning, with Phillip having left the show with immediate effect, while Holly is taking an extended holiday from the show but will be back on June 5th. Possibly with a brand new co-host. Those supporting Phillip Clodagh McKenna following the end of Holly and Phillip's presenting reign, a number of stars have hinted whose side they are on by breaking their silence on the dramatics of This Morning fallout. First to show their support for Phillip was celebrity chef Clodagh McKenna, who posted a gushing tribute to Phillip, but remained silent about Holly. On Monday, as Alison Hammond and Dermot O'Leary welcomed This Morning viewers back to the show following Phillip's exit, Irish star Clodagh, 48, was dubbed by a number of This Morning viewers as the only sincere person on the set of the ITV programme to show real affection and sadness over Phillip's departure. Appearing on the show following the drama, Alison and Dermot paid tribute to Phillip, but eagle-eyed This Morning fans immediately flocked to Twitter to accuse the pair of appearing insincere when speaking of the fallen presenter. While other This Morning stars may have come across as nonchalant about Phillip's departure, celebrity chef Clodagh has been praised for standing by Phillip and speaking in high praise of the former This Morning host. Taking to Instagram to bid farewell to Phil, Clodagh said it was a pleasure to work alongside the star for so many years. Alongside a snap of the pair on set in the This Morning kitchen, Clodagh shared her sadness over not being able to work with Phillip any longer. 21 years of brightening up our mornings. And I've been so lucky to be part of 3 of them, the Irish chef penned. I'll miss the morning hug, the twinkle in your eye that makes me giggle and your empathy, she added. Rochelle Humes elsewhere, Rochelle Humes also broke the mold to pay tribute to Phil as she made it her business to show the fallen presenter just how much his mentoring helped her to excel in her presenting career. Sharing 3 throwback photos of herself and Phillip presenting the ITV show together, Rochelle gushed over all the fun times the pair have had together. I've proudly been a part of the This Morning family for almost 10 years, and over the last few, it has been an absolutely pleasure learning so much from you, the TV star penned. Thanks for all the lessons, you're a fountain of love, knowledge and laughter, Rochelle added. Piers Morgan was another famous face who weighed in on the drama as he said that Phillip deserved better. Piers, 58, insisted that Phil was entitled to a better This Morning send-off from ruthless ITV and says he has sympathy for the presenter. Sharing his thoughts, Piers said, I think that anyone who thinks that daytime tally is full of smiley, nicey happy clappy people, I think they are beginning to realize it is infested by a pack of savages, he told co-presenters Esmamir and Stig Abel on Times Radio. There is nothing more ruthless than the way that talent, as we so laughably get called in television, get treated when the plug gets pulled. So I have some sympathy with Phillip Schofield, who actually I do think after 20-odd years on This Morning, winning awards every year, doing great, I think whatever has gone on behind the scenes, I think he was entitled to a better send-off. But then, I thought I was too at Good Morning Britain for breaking all the ratings records and making the show the most talked about show in the country, but that's showbiz. And showbiz is a shallow pool of shark-infested waters where, unfortunately, as my grandmother always used to say to me, one day you're cock of the walk and the next you're a feather duster. He later added, "There's life after ITV, I wouldn't worry too much, it can be a very nice life after ITV but I do think he deserved a better send-off than the one he got, but I'm afraid that's the way it goes." Matthew Wright. This Morning regular Matthew Wright has said that he is gutted for Philip. The TV star took to Twitter to share his support for the fallen presenter, while others have remained silent or thrown shady digs Philip's way. Matthew, 57, wrote, "Gutted for it Scof, there for me when I was having problems a few years back X." Those supporting Holly Alison Hammond and Dermot O'Leary elsewhere, seemingly in Holly's corner, This Morning stars Alison Hammond, Dermot O'Leary and Josie Gibson have all remained relatively silent amid the drama. While Alison and Dermot have both been accused of being insincere in their very brief tribute to Philip on This Morning on Monday, Josie has remained completely silent on the matter, besides posting a cryptic quote about seeing clearly. Despite his long tenure on the show, Alison and Dermot began the show on Monday with just a brief mention of Philip's exit, suggesting that they are standing with Holly. Kicking off the show, Alison said, "Now we can't start today's show without paying tribute to the man who has spent the last 2 decades sitting on this sofa, Philip Schofield. Everyone on and off the screen at ITV and This Morning want to say a huge thank you to Phil for what has done to make this show a success over the last 21 years, Dermot continued. To which Alison added, "Quite simply, we all know he's one of the best live television broadcasters this country has ever had, and we, and all the team, wish him all the best for the future." Josie Gibson. Meanwhile, Josie took to Instagram on Monday to post 2 very cryptic quotes. One quote read, "Remember, being happy doesn't mean you have it all. It simply means you're thankful for all you have." And another quote read, "I think the most beautiful thing in the world is watching the light come on in someone's eyes, after they have been lost in the dark for so long." Given that Josie's co-stars Rochelle and Clodagh, as well as Alison Hammond and Dermot O'Leary have addressed Philip's shock exit from This Morning, her silence could potentially be a sign of whose side she is on. Those refusing to take sides. Lorraine Kelly. Last week, Lorraine addressed speculation about Holly Willoughby and Philip Schofield's futures on This Morning, amid rumors of a feud between the pair. At the time, Lorraine, 63, spoke about the tension between Philip and Holly, which Philip denied, but he has since made the decision to quit his role on This Morning. "Do you know what? They were back today and it was business as usual and everyone is just getting on with it," she said last week. Before things blew up, Lorraine insisted that she thought it would be unlikely that either will be fired or replaced. "I would be sad if they left the show, but I don't think that is ever likely to happen and I think they're just getting on with it," she said. Nadia Sawalha has also waded into the commentary on Philip Schofield's exit from This Morning. While Philip's exit from This Morning has remained largely unaddressed by members of other ITV shows such as Good Morning Britain and Loose Women, Nadia has shared her thoughts on the matter. The Loose Women panelist said alongside her husband Mark on the couple's Coffee Moaning podcast, This story with Philip and Holly is just huge, it's just everywhere. There's so much speculation and so much chat. I think everybody at ITV, like my colleagues, and whether I'm doing a live Instagram or on YouTube, there is the constant question of why haven't we said anything? Why are we not saying anything? It is difficult, because I do have a rule. However, Nadia did appear to take a swipe at Philip when she added, "There are people who don't stick to that rule, and I believe that a certain person who is in the news at the moment didn't stick to that so much with me a long while ago. I'm just going to leave that there." Nadia went on to say, "I don't know Philip and Holly. They pass around the studios, but I've never had a cup of coffee with them, I've never sat and had a chat with them. But I have a rule, and I think it's a good one, that I don't badmouth people that are colleagues. I think that's what makes you a decent person or not." Eamon Holmes. Following Philip's announcement, Holly took to social media to pay tribute to her co-host of 13 years, but her efforts have been widely slammed by fans and famous faces alike, including Eamon Holmes. Writing over a peach background, the mum of three penned, "Hi everyone. It's been over 13 great years presenting This Morning with Phil, and I want to take this opportunity to thank him for all of his knowledge, his experience and his humor. The sofa won't feel the same without him." Eamon Holmes was the first to slam Holly's statement, as he called the whole thing pathetic and accused Holly of stabbing Philip in the back. While he is by no means on Philip's side, Eamon also called out Holly for acting like an angel in the downfall of her co-host. Eamon previously worked with Holly and Phil on This Morning before he, and his wife Ruth Langsford, were replaced by Alison Hammond and Dermot O'Leary as Friday presenters. The end of an era for Holly and Phil. Philip's departure from This Morning after 21 years followed reports of an unfixable rift between him and his longtime co-host Holly, as well as pressure over his brother, Timothy Schofield's sex abuse trial. Announcing that he would not be returning to This Morning, Philip took to his Instagram stories on Saturday afternoon to share the news. "I have always been proud to cover fascinating stories on This Morning. But recently, This Morning itself has become the story," he wrote. "Throughout my career in TV, including the very difficult last few days, I have always done my best to be honorable and kind. I understand that ITV has decided the current situation can't go on, and I want to do what I can to protect the show that I love. So I have agreed to step down from This Morning with immediate effect, in the hope that the show can move forward to a bright future."